Nature of this show, I'm going to lead this particular reading off with another quote. Now, who said this? We are all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid. Let me give it to you again, because I know your mind's rattling. Let's see, who said that? We are all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid. Your good old friend, Uncle Benjamin Franklin. So with that, I'm going to go to something that old Ben wrote. And this is from the Ben Franklin essays. You can go online and get his essays. You can go to a number of museums and see some of his writings or his essays that they have published for all to see. You can go to the Library of Congress and pull some of the Ben Franklin essays. Now, this essay is written in 1751. And you know how we do it. We talk connotative and denotative, meaning connotative is what the meaning of a word evolved into, so we can use a modern day meaning for a word. But denotative is that original de jure meaning of the word. And so what we're going to do, and what I'm making a practice to do, and it's really eye-opening, is when I'm reading these letters from the 1600s or 1700s or 1800s, I'm going to the dictionary of that time, and I'm looking up the words in their time. And by inference and by matter of fact, you can't hide a truth. So here's the letter from Ben Franklin. Here's how it goes. It reads, why should the Palatine Moors be suffered to swarm into our settlements? They will never adopt to our customs any more than they can obtain our complexion. All of Africa, Asia, and America are swarthy, black. Russia, Italy, Spain, France, Swedes, and the Germans are black. The principal whites are made up of the Anglo-Saxons of English, or the Saxons of English. Now that's Ben Franklin. He writes that in the essay 1751. And what I would usually do is go on and give you some more information, but I'm hearing your feedback. So I'm going to slow it down and break it down so there's no question, no doubt about what is. And I'm going to substantiate everything I say and give you the sources so you can see for yourself. Some say one knows not by being told. I say, but what he can verify for himself. Yeah, trust, but verify, and put 10 times more emphasis on verification. So let's talk about something. A previous show, we talked about how the Moroccan territory, the Al-Moroccan territory, you call it America, was just that. It was a Moroccan territory, with the Moroccan Sultan and his nobles having the authority and allowing his minions, his land, his people, to be used to help cultivate the land, to generate business, trade, and commerce, and an agreement with those who were sent here from England, the colonists, to just grow so everybody can eat and prosper. So I want to go back to this letter, and we're going to break down some words. So I'm going to slow it down a bit, so bear with me. Why should the Palatine Moors be suffered to swarm into our settlement? So Palatine, P-A-L-A-T-I-N-E. What's Palatine? Let's look into that. So I'm going to the dictionary, 1828, and I'm looking up Palatine. And there's an adjective and also a noun. The adjective is, and in the brackets, the etymon. And remember, the etymon is the history of the word. The etymon tells you, again, the origin of the word, how the word moved into various language, and when the word came into existence, and what language was it, and so forth. And then based on what language it is, you'll know the date of origin of the word. And in that etymon, you see that Palatine on this adjective is from Latin, Palatinus. And we know that Latin, if it's from the Latin, that means it started around the 6th century BC, pertaining to a palace, an epithet applied originally to persons holding an office or employment in the king palace. Hence, it imports possessing royal privileges as a Count Palatine. Now, royal privileges, imports, let's go down to Palatine, the noun, a person, place, thing, or idea. It's one invested with royal privileges and rights. Royal privileges and rights. A Palatine or Count Palatine on the continent of Europe is one delegated by a prince to hold courts of justice in a province, or one who has a palace and a court of justice in his own house. That's what Palatine is. What's your point, Truth? Well, he said, why should the Palatine Moors? Palatine Moors. These are princes. These are people of royalty. Palatine Moors. Well, I'm lost. Well, what's a Moor? Okay. 1828, same time that Ben wrote the letter. Moor. A Moor is a noun. And it goes into the etymon, but they're dark people. It says, it obscures in the etymon. A native of northern coast of Africa, called by the Romans from the color of the people. Mauritania, the country of dark complexioned people. The same country is now called Morocco. Tunis, Algiers, etc. This is what the dictionary around the time that governs the time when Ben Franklin's writing this letter and that ballpark of time, this is what it says. So these are royal, dark-skinned people. Oh, you said they were with the Sultan of Morocco, and it was really the Moroccan Empire, and they agreed to share. These are royal, from the palace, dark-skinned people. Why should the Palatine Moors be suffered to swarm into our settlements? Okay, well, let's get settlement. 1828, I'm going again. The act of planting or establishing as a colony, also to place or the colony established, as in the British settlements in America or the British settlements in India. Now, look now, Ben Franklin wrote this letter, this essay in 1751. So why should the royal people from the palace, dark-skinned men called Moors, be suffered to swarm into our settlements? They will never adopt to our customs any more than they can obtain our complexion. This is Ben right now. He's just calling it like he sees it. They're not going to adopt to our customs any more than they can obtain our complexion. And then he goes on to say, he says, all of Africa, all of Asia, all, he's saying, and all of America, right where he is, are swarthy black. Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Now, I'm telling you, man, I don't know what, look, do not shoot the messenger, because some folk get all upset. Man, I'm just reading the words. I didn't write this letter. I didn't create this dictionary. He said swarthy. So there I am. I'm going to look up swarthy. And swarthy as an adjective, comparative adjective, superlative adjective, a dark-skinned, olive-skinned, dusky. tan, saturnine, black. That's what it says for swarthy. Well, what is that? Okay, I know where you are. So let's break it down. I don't think we have to explain dark skin. You want to hear olive skin? Olive skinned, of a person having yellowish brown skin, as olive skin Italian goddess. That's what's in the dictionary. My point is, so you can be swarthy and dark skin. You can be swarthy and yellowish brown. You call them light skin. Like you've mixed with the European. It says dusky. What does dusky mean? What does dusky mean? Well, I'll tell you what dusky means. I'm just reading now. Another comparative adjective. And it means darkish in color. Darkish in color. You can even be a dusky red. So, and then it says saturnine. What in the world is saturnine? Well, it says that, saturnine, and this is the descriptive, for the color reference, of a person, of their features now. It says dark in color, moody or mysterious. It says swarthy, dark skin, dark complexion. Are y'all listening to me? This is what Ben Franklin is saying. And it's 1751. Whoa, Truth, you blowing my mind. What are you saying? It's not me what I'm saying. And I want y'all to get out of what does it say? What does it say? You need word etymology to not just tell you what it says, but what does it mean? What did it mean when it was spoken at the time? What is the history of the word? Today could be connotative, something it evolved into. Well, this is how we use it today. How we use it today doesn't matter. It's what it meant when it was written. And for this application, when we're doing history, I strongly recommend that we do word etymon, that we look at that information. And when you're looking at these unabridged dictionaries, a good dictionary, there's going to be brackets like half square. And inside these two half squares is all kind of information. And some of it looks like some foreign language, italicized writing. And there's a way to decode that information that, frankly, they should have taught us in the 3rd grade. But I didn't get it. And for the most part, neither did you. What are you hiding? We're hiding the true definition, history, meaning, word association of the word you're looking at. And it's in your dictionary. And it's time to break it down. And each abbreviation means something. And if the abbreviation is a reference to a language, it's going to say that it's going to be